Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Los here, and I just want to say thank you all for supporting me on these 2 seasons of Late Night with Los. Couldn't have done it without you, and couldn't have been able to make it out to LA for an in-person show with LORDENZO. Alright, folks, well, you know, we're going to keep it rocking on every Thursday night, so enjoy the show, and I'll see you this week. But, ladies and gentlemen, I do think we may have our chair ready and waiting for us, and with a chair comes a man who can put his ass in it. And ladies and gentlemen, finally, from the back lines, from the backstage of the Late Night with Low studio here in Hollywood, California, we're bringing out our guest. He's one of the first to come onto the show. He's one of my best friends ever since this streaming game started for me. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for LORDENZO!
All right. I don't know if this is actually fixed because.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. We're good.
Do you want to sit in the better chair? I will take the risk. I will take the risk because you know what? I'm gonna be closer to everyone, so now I can be right at the mic. Holy cow!
What's up, everybody?
Holy cow, Lorenzo. Everybody clap in the chat, please. And if there's any clappers in the chat, I would like to hear them go crazy right now.
Wait.
Oh, you have applause too? I didn't know you had applause too.
I don't know if anybody can hear that, but.
I mean, I think it plays on the desktop audio as well as the.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
You know, I am tasting a little hint of banana in this, but that's fine.
Good?
Banana Swedish fish, baby. Do you want some? Do you want to try it?
I'm okay.
Okay, so we definitely had it was incredibly rushed to try and get this done. We were out at the, just fucking out and about all day. We went to the gym. He made me run 20 minutes. And so, are you a runner?
A lot of people don't know, but like I played soccer in college. I played soccer in college. I don't know, a lot of people don't realize this, but no, I mean, do I like to run? No, but do I run? Yeah, you know, you gotta stay skinny. You gotta. So then I hate working legs, man. So like that's the way I tone my legs, you know.
Well, that's why I'm wearing jeans so nobody has to see them.
Smart man.
Smart man. Hold on a second. I actually have to run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Enzo, can you talk to them for a second?
What is up, everybody? It is your boy LORDENZO. Guys, who we have in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? We got Itsuke. Who else we got? We got Cloud on Fire. Sky is back. Stout.
No, the real reason
Mama Brat.
I went out is because we had to talk about something big today. It's not just about running. It ain't just about soccer. We're talking about LORDENZO's No Prisoners collection coming out. A big accomplishment from our friend here. Now, I want to hear all about it. So what was the first spark for you to try and start a merch line?
Oh, man. Okay, so since we've been friends, I've been talking about like, yo, I want to make a merch line. I have like different collections and different ideas that I have with it. So I'm like, where can I start? You know, I've been talking about this for over a year now. And to finally, you know, to see the name No Prisoners on it. By the way, you can get it right now, LORDENZO.gg. You can it's been like a whole year, this whole process, and it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Like, there's so much going on that I decided myself. I was so stupid. I decided to move to Los Angeles and make a merch line at the same time. It was the most stressful 3 weeks I've ever had. But yeah, like, you know, I'm a huge fan of fashion. I love mixing gaming culture and fashion together. So many brands out there, like they just have like a lot of cheesy stuff. So the way that I looked at it, I was like, okay, how do I mix, like, how do you look really dope and also game at the same time? And like, you know, similar to like 100 Thieves and FaZe Clan, and what those guys are doing are amazing. So I kind of took inspiration from all those guys and then made it me. So this is the No Prisoners collection.
Well, I want to talk about exactly that. No Prisoners. It's been a thing that's been a part of your brand. No Prisoners, LORDENZO No Prisoners, even from the very beginning with like the ninja, like with the samurai sword or whatever.
Yeah.
It has always been something you've been a part of. What is No Prisoners? How did you first get into
so that? No Prisoners, I mean, if you guys get the shirt now, the first collection has, you know, all these little words and all these little acronyms that define who I am as a person and what I believe in. And so No Prisoners basically, like in the artsy world, it's basically like your mind, you don't put your mind into any prison. So you can, you know, achieve what you want, be what you want, live how you want, and then just chase your dreams. So you're not imprisoned in your mind, because it's happened to me a bunch of times where I just like feel like I'm not good enough to stream, not good enough to do this, that, or the other. And basically this shirt and the meaning "No Prisoners" just basically resembles that. So finds that.
What are the other things that define you on your merch? There's plenty of different phrases to point at.
I mean, we got what else we got in here? I don't even remember.
We've got no. We've got. Hold on, you gotta show. You gotta show.
I show the audience.
So we've got no prisoners. We already know what that is. No prisoners again. We got 2021. Why 2021? Is that because when it dropped, or is that like a special year to you?
I mean, guys, 2021 has been a whirlwind of a year. I've only been streaming for about a year now. So seeing everything what 2021 resembles, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's kind of like, it's just another reminder of I like to just look down at my shirt and have it mean something. So like when I look down and see like this word like delincuente. I don't know if you guys can see that. Delincuente, there you go. In Spanish or in English it means delinquent, and it's not meant to be like delinquent in a negative sense. It's basically trying to tie in to my like Puerto Rican roots, and also what it means to be a no prisoner. And kind of just doing what you want, but in a positive way, of course, positive way. And so 2021, winning the Houston Outlaws competition was one. Streaming for a full year was another big thing. Hitting 1,000 followers on Twitch. There's so many things that 2021 is big for. So yeah.
So there's been some big moments for you in 2021. What about the struggles that you've had so far?
I mean, as everybody knows, like most recently, moving to Los Angeles has definitely been a struggle. I have not been shy about it on stream. A lot of my stuff got stolen. Like half my streaming equipment got stolen. So the ability to fund my dream and also like kind of like my part-time job, all of it was gone. So my preamp, my stream deck, my Nintendo Switch got stolen. My keyboards, cables. All sorts of stuff, like mice and everything like that. This is years, like, if people don't know, like, I started streaming a year ago, but that I was a competitive player for the last 4 or 5 years. So this is like, over the last 4 or 5 years, I've just been accumulating and just building up my brand and also, like, equipment, and, like, half of it got stolen. So, or a little, actually more than half of it got stolen. But luckily my monitors and everything like that stayed, but the big things got stolen. So it set me back. Things like that are the struggles that, and also when I look at that, 2021, moving to Los Angeles, like moving to LA by yourself in like one of the world's biggest cities and one of the most cutthroat cities. And then for that to happen is like, a lot of emotions, a lot of struggles, but a lot of good things happen as well. So.
Well, I mean, there are some good things that you could find within bad events.
Yes,
I'm gonna quote a rapper and see if this actually applies to you. This is Lil Baby from Wants and Needs. He says, "I lost my Ferrari, Las Vegas, Nevada. I woke up the next day and then I went harder." Does that apply to you?
No, I don't have a Ferrari.
Okay, but you lost a lot of stuff. You realized, oh man, I lost a lot of things.
Hey, that was really good though.
Thank you.
I actually didn't think you could do that.
Thank you.
I'm actually like genuinely surprised. Like I actually didn't think you'd remember that. I listened to that song so many times I still don't remember that part.
But I think it could apply to you.
It could apply, yeah, for sure. No, I mean like those things, like all jokes aside, those are like that is my version of Ferrari. Like though, like even like thinking about it now, like just like. Every day I realize I looking through some stuff and I'm like, man, like even that got stolen. So like clothes got stolen, like a pair of shoes got stolen. So I'm always just trying to like, those are that's my version of a Ferrari. So yeah, definitely.
See, I knew that was gonna be a banging question, but okay, so let's take it back to the reason, or at least a step in the process of how your stuff got stolen. Moving to LA, why? Why are we here right now? I mean, I'm happy as hell to be in LA. I've always considered myself to be Hollywood Los. And finally, my good friend LORDENZO has moved over here, and yelled at me over FaceTime to come over, and then I did.
Yeah.
So why are we in LA right now?
Good question. So I've been in grad school for about a year now. I go to Loyola Marymount University. I'm studying just a general business degree, but an emphasis in marketing. So I tried to. The reason why I went into my master's was this was before I got onto the Outlaws. So I didn't know I was going to be a streamer when I was still applying for grad school. Because this was the time where my last professional team got disbanded. Everyone went their separate ways. This is when I was good at Overwatch. And so
if you watch a stream, you know that's not the case anymore.
But yeah, so I got into grad school. I applied to like UC Irvine, UCLA, University of California, something. Got declined to all of them except for Loyola Marymount. So I was like, all right, it's been a dream of mine to move to LA. So I took the leap of faith, and over the last year, it's been just through Zoom University. So like I've had like a year to like process of, okay, I'm gonna be moving to LA, but it didn't hit me until 2 weeks before moving. And I was like, man, I'm actually moving to LA, and I actually had to figure out my life because I had a job opportunity with an esports organization, with the Houston Outlaws, to be like a big boy opportunity. And I decided, hey, look, like I think my content creating it has potential. I believe in myself, and no prisoners. I'm not going to be stuck in an office 9 to 5. No shame to that. It's just for me personally, I just would not be happy. So I that's why we're here. And then I've been in LA for, actually today would be my 2 weeks. Yeah, I got here 2 weeks ago Thursday, and so last week I told Los like, hey, I was feeling a little lonely. I was in my feels. I was like, yo, bro, like you wanna come in? We do the show live as your season 3. This is season 3.
Season 2.
This is season 2.
Season 2.
Entering season 3, and yeah, man, it's been crazy. Like we talked about this idea a year ago, and then for it to be season 2. Entering season 3 is crazy. That's why you're here.
We both come a long way. You like in a physical manner, over distance and time, a 2-hour time zone. You're pretty far away from your family. You've always lived with somebody around you. What is it like going from a house full of people to a studio by your folks?
It sucks. It 100% sucks, guys. If you are trying to move out of your family's house, don't do it. It's a trap. Okay, obviously there's some pros to it, the independence and everything like that. But
would you consider yourself a mommy's boy?
I was just looking at that. Yeah, I'm a mama's boy. Guys, mama's boys make the best husbands. They make the best boyfriends. They make the best of friends. I know you're a mama's boy.
Yeah, I know my mom is in the chat right now. Yeah. I want to say, mommy, I don't call you enough. I'm sorry.
Call your mom.
I will call you. I'll call you after this if you're awake. I know you're over in New York. I'll hit you up after this. I love you.
No, but I mean, in all, like moving by yourself, it's scary. There's a lot of scary things about it, but there's also a lot of beautiful things about it. Like what the number means on this shirt. 2021. There's I bought my first car. I got my very first apartment. I all this process. There's so much learning that I've done over the last 3 months is crazy. Getting a loan for a car, figuring that out. There's all sorts of little things that people don't realize. Even when you get your apartment, you still gotta get your bed, get posters and lighting and cleaning supplies and all these little things that people don't realize. So all these things I'm learning now. But I think it's a great time. I think my last I lived at home for the last 25 years. It's all prepared me for this moment, so I'm still good. I've been here for 2 weeks, and I haven't started myself yet, so I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
You've lived a lot of places over the course of your lifetime. Yeah. Is LA the biggest city you've lived in?
LA is definitely the biggest city, both in terms of population and size, and just overall culturally as well. If you guys have come to my stream, I've lived in Germany, I lived in Italy, Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, have family in New York. But visiting New York City versus living there is like two different things. So like I visited LA a couple times. So this is, I guess my third visit, and I'm going to be here for about a year. Never know what would happen after, but that's what my current contract is, being here. So, we never know.
What are your first impressions of the city? You've always had this idea in your head of what this place would be like.
Yeah.
I have one too. Is it living up or kind of just going beyond the expectations you've had?
No, I think like you brought up us going to the gym. That was something that was part of my everyday routine when I lived at home. I would go with my mom, go with my brother, both my brothers, and finally being able to get back on a rhythm. Today was like the first time I've been on a rhythm. And I've been here for 2 weeks, so like doing content, because I've been vlogging our trip here. I've been gonna be streaming later today, and then going to the gym. Like those are all things that like really, that's like my daily schedule. And so dealing with all these little things of like being an adult, I couldn't do, like, I wasn't able to stream for 3 full weeks. And as a small streamer, those can be like your career is done. So I'm very grateful to like my community. They've like, I released this line when I was in my little hiatus, my unintentional hiatus. I didn't want to be gone for 3 weeks. Really didn't want to be gone for any days. And so, I was still releasing content, being interactive in Discord and Twitter, and releasing this merch line. So just to keep myself relevant, because like as a small streamer, if you are quiet for more than a week, it's done. Like it's very hard to come back. Like people don't realize that. So those were like a lot of the mental battles that I had to go through, till today. So yeah, but finally being back on a rhythm. Going back to your question of like, does it live up to what it is to be LA? There's a lot of things that I expected, but there's also a lot of things that I didn't expect. The people here are actually really nice for the most part. Like there's some bozos, one here and there. But even when we're walking, like there's people who say hello. The In-N-Out guy that we had,
yeah, that guy was super nice.
He just came up to us and just started having a grand old conversation. A lot of people here, like, there are a lot of cloud chasers here, but at the same time, the people who like make up the city, what it actually is, it's actually a lot of good people.
Are you a cloud chaser?
100,000%. Yes. Have you seen my thumbnails?
Listen, I'm a cloud chaser as well, that's what it means to be a streamer, right? Like you gotta be chasing the cloud.
Yeah, but I think that word cloud chasing is like, in a negative sense. Am I too far?
Yeah, we gotta get you in so that people can fully hear you.
Can y'all hear us?
Yes.
No, but I think like the word cloud chasing, like in a positive sense, like for me, if I'm collaborating with people, like that's like positive cloud chasing. Like you're bringing people up together.
That would be clout growing.
Clout collaboration.
I
like that. But yeah, I mean, like I went to a FaZe Clan party last week or 2 weeks ago now. And there were definitely like some people there that you could see. Like one guy had like 6 million followers on Instagram. And there's no way in hell people would just genuinely talk to this guy because of how he was acting. Like he was just acting like a complete like, I'll keep it PG. But like this guy was just not like somebody you would want to hang out with, like just total bad vibes, very cocky, very arrogant, and like if the guy didn't have 6 million followers, nobody would be talking to him. And like, but you could tell the people that were there and only wanted to talk to him for that reason. So you can sniff that out and you can see it, and it's very blatant. Like people here are not shy about it, but there are a lot of genuine good people that I met as well. So.
Who's the coolest person that you met so far? Because you went,
yeah.
You've gone to a FaZe Clan party, and you've actually been to a FaZe house. One of them, the 30 around here in LA. I don't fucking know how many people are out here.
Yeah.
Tell me who is the coolest person you met so far?
I think definitely I gotta give it up to Temper, FaZe Temper. The guy was a very nice guy, and it wasn't just like oh hello and then walked away. We actually were like talking for like a couple minutes, and it was a really cool experience because I've been watching this guy for like I don't know, what is it, 2021, so like the last 10 years. So like seeing that like in person, it was crazy. So I got to meet like Adapt, Rice Gum was at this party. So just seeing these people just like that you see all the time online, it's just really weird, but it's really cool. Very blessed. So.
It's hard to imagine them as actual people. You
Yeah.
know, they're as real to me as fucking Woods from Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They're as real as a video game character. They don't exist in my brain because I've never really seen anyone who's had that level of I guess internet success. You know, there's celebrities and movies. I feel like they're kind of different,
Right.
in terms of seeing them in real life. Because
No, 100%.
there's so much paparazzi on them, but there's no paparazzi. Relatively, there's like Drama Lord and Keemstar. That's
Right.
just not real.
Yeah, most of the paparazzi that I've heard about or seen is like mostly at like these like Met galas and like events. But the paparazzi here is like you won't see them. They'll just be in their car with like a super big lens, and they'll be hiding, and then that's how you get like those thumbnails that you see on the magazine, like in a grocery store or whatever. Like they're not very like it's not like what you think in the movies. Like yeah. It's like that happens like at the parties and events and stuff, but if they're just walking around, if it's not fans, like, fine.
Well, I mean, in terms of like, there isn't so much coverage as on internet personalities as there are for celebrities. So you just see them a lot more in, I guess, media that isn't their own content creation.
Right. No,
but that's not the same with like gamers or Twitch streamers. If you see them, it's like this is the only time I'd ever see you outside of a stream.
Yeah.
And it's just weird.
Yeah. No, it's definitely weird. It's like. I don't know if I was like genuinely like I wasn't starstruck, but it was like they're just a gamer at the end of the day. But like you would only think to see them in their rooms, see them outside. It's like you don't even like if I saw Beyonce or like The Weeknd, like that's completely different. And also it has to do with the status, but at the same time it's like you just would never expect these people to be outside because they look like just everyday people. Beyonce, The Weeknd, like they have cars, their cameras, their everything like that. But yeah.
Well, I'm imagining because we have the same setting every single day, every time we go live. It's just this is the background, and you think like, wait, you go outside too? What the fuck?
Yeah, no. I mean, it's definitely. That's like for me personally, like on my stream or just like my overall brand, I try to change it up. Like every stream, like I try to change the colors, different posters and things like that. So yeah, but no, it definitely is weird for sure. Yeah.
Well, that was in your early days. I mean, you've only been here for 2 weeks, literally. Everything is early days, essentially, until we revisit it when there's an actual late night. Sorry, I had to pull the chain out.
Oh, okay.
It accents the no prisoners.
No, I like it.
I can't have my chain, my eyes be a prisoner underneath the no prisoner shirt. It's an oxymoron, man. It doesn't make sense.
I like it. Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay, yeah. So when you first got here, you didn't have anywhere to stay. You were sleeping on couches, couch surfing, floor surfing.
I was homeless.
What was going on?
I was homeless.
You were a homeless person.
Yeah.
Walk me through that.
Yeah. So I mean, shout out to my boys at Loyola Marymount University varsity team because. My boy Vince and my boy Joey, they allowed me to stay at their place. I only told them, I was like, hey, look, I'm only going to need like 2-3 days to, go around LA, see some places. Because I had like a list of like 10 places that I wanted to see. So I figured, okay, within 2-3 days, I'll have a place. But guys, there's like applications. There's like that whole process that I underestimated it completely. And so, take it from me, really have some homies get like genuine people because like those guys allowed me to stay for like a week and a half almost and I slept on the couch but it was a very comfy couch, thank God. But yeah, I'm just gonna put that in my story that I was homeless in Los Angeles for almost 2 weeks.
I mean, I feel like that's being a little dramatic.
It's true. No, it's dramatic, but it's technically true. It's true.
Like when you say homeless, people think you're sleeping on the side of the road. You're indoors. You're indoors. You're safe.
It was like being homeless, but like luxury homelessness.
Luxury homeless apartment.
I didn't have my computer. I didn't have all my stuff was stolen. So like I wasn't living it up either.
Yeah. Well, not to say you were living it up, but to say that you were homeless, I feel like
It's true. That's true. That's true. You're probably true. It's true.
Luxury homelessness.
Yeah. 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 Anyway.
I mean, when you were first telling me about moving to LA, you were saying, like, oh yeah, I gotta move to LA in, like a few weeks. I gotta move to LA in 2 weeks. I'm moving to LA in 1 week. I'm like, bro, do you have an apartment?
Yeah.
And you're like, no. No, I don't.
So to put this into some context, guys, I got offered a position with the Houston Outlaws to be more integrated in Houston, but also be a part of their marketing department more extensively. And so I was given this opportunity, and as you guys know, I've been to Houston about 4 or 5 different times. Oh snap!
Wait a second.
Hey!
Big subs, 5 subs from career coach Kyle.
Hold on.
I gotta throw that on him. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Really appreciate that, Kyle.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That's dope.
What's up, Kyle?
I see Lorenzo. I gift some. Hey,
Yo, shout out to
gotta
Kyle.
have you on the show.
Shout out to Kyle. Kyle is an OG. He's a big supporter. Do you have your alerts still playing?
The sounds are going off, but as we said, we don't have any of my
Yeah, guys, this was like, if you see like the late night with Los thing, like right here, that was like maybe like 2 seconds before, like a minute, 2 minutes.
I made this in paint.
Fogs, yeah, but yeah, what were we talking about? Yo, Kyle, shout out to you, my dude.
Big shout out, Kyle.
Oh yeah. So going back to Los's question about guys, because I got offered a position at the Outlaws, and I gotta add that piece back to the microphone. That was part of the thing that fell off. Anyway, I was like, okay, like streaming. I want to be like the new Dr. Disrespect. I want to be Tim the Tatman.
So let's, if you want to do that, let's start playing some DMCA music so we can. Wait, no, I'll get banned.
Yeah, you get banned. This is not my channel. So
Looks like I'm jumping over. I'll be Lupo, I guess. I'm going willingly.
But yeah, like I can see myself, like the quality, my community is amazing. Like I mean, you see Kyle, like he's from my community, but he also he knows that I'm going to be here, so he just gives subs. Like that's like the type of camaraderie that the Kingdom, shout out to the Kingdom, has. And so those are all the things that I was thinking about while I was making the decision. Okay, should I move to Houston and be more integrated, but more like in the big boy job type of thing, or do I still work with the Outlaws, but more so focus on myself and my own brand? Because obviously when you work with a brand, and I love the Houston Outlaws, like they, when everybody was donut-walling me and not giving me an opportunity, like the Outlaws were very willingly like, hey, what do you need? Like, let's do it. And you guys see, like I went to Houston 5 or 6 times from March until today, because that's when I got signed, was in March. And I was I was like in this big crossroads, because like getting offered a full-time position in esports, as you know, is extremely difficult. There's not many orgs out there that are doing full-time, like an Overwatch League has, these franchises are worth 20, 30, 40 plus $million. So when you get offered a position, not to intern, not to volunteer, not to be part-time or freelance, like you're like, oh my God, like this is my big break. And that was the thing that I gave up to pursue streaming. And I'm not the biggest streamer by any. I'm literally like a gnat in all of this. And so like yeah, it was between Houston or LA. So like going back, like hey, like you're moving to LA in a week. Do you have a place? No, I did not. So I moved to LA. I packed my car up, had it shipped, and
had it broken into.
Sorry. I went to LA without knowing what was going to happen. So it was definitely like one of those Hollywood stories. I like to, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, it's not being dramatic. I like to be dramatic. Part of my brand. I like to be loud.
Yes.
Use my hands.
Guys, here's my impression of Enzo. I did it earlier today. So this is Enzo in the middle of a game where he gets killed in something that he thinks is unfair. Oh, you're ugly. You're so ugly in real life.
Have you ever had a person walk out on you on an interview?
No.
Yes. Well, later, chat.
So that is very ugly in real life to me.
Listen, I had some, like, in my early days of streaming, like when I first started, I was very serious about, like, okay, I'm gonna be like an educational streamer. Like, what you guys see now is not how I used to be. Like, I've always had that personality gaming, but like the streaming was like, okay, there's no support player that has played professionally or at that level, except for like a couple Overwatch streamers, but not big ones, and that I would be able to bring personality. And so like I was very serious, like, oh, like, yeah, like, and I wasn't loud. I didn't have my stream deck. I didn't have any horns or anything like that. Hey, yo, Kyle, thank you so much.
With one more, yeah.
Go ahead. I'm like,
Another gifted sub out to the studio. It's over to Dax City, who's now joining us with the backstage fans, courtesy of career coach Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. Big dubs in the chat for our man Kyle.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
I love it.
I thought there were two Enzos with that impression. Yeah.
All right, Kyle, you can go. You can go now. You can go now, Kyle.
I'm good with it. I know you.
No, but like, like the whole thing was like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be serious and have like educational. I'm gonna have my scrims being streamed. Even though teams, they like a lot of teams like hated when I streamed, and like they're like, oh, why are you streaming our strats? I'm like, bro, you're literally copy and pasting from the Overwatch League and just doing it yourself. There's no strategies that you're doing. So like, I was just streaming that. And then when my team disbanded, that's when I started like, okay, who is LORDENZO? What's my brand? This is kind of like how, you know, when we were starting to get closer and like what our brands were going to look like. And, you know, started streaming for about 6 months, and then the Outlaws thing happened. Or no, probably like 6 months in. Then that's when I got signed to the Outlaws. So it's like, it's very unprecedented. Somebody with like, I didn't even have 1,000 followers at the time. And getting signed to an Overwatch League franchise to be a streamer, you know? So like everyone thinks like, oh, you gotta have like 500,000 followers, this, and this. So like literally when I say like, if I can do it, literally anybody can do it. And I'm a big believer in that, and that's what kind of what this merch line finds. So yeah.
You guys can do it. So you were asking yourself the question, who are you? Who is LORDENZO?
Yeah.
It's been a while since you were first asking that question, over a year ago, maybe even maybe 2 years of figuring out who you are. So who are you? Who is LORDENZO?
I mean, I think I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out what works best. What's the secret sauce? I have a genuine, like a general idea of what my brand is to be. That's kind of like when I did the rebrand, like that's what it looks like. And so like, I don't know, like I feel like I don't want to be put into this box. So like I told the Outlaws when I got signed, I said, look, like I don't only want to be streaming 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. I want to be involved in marketing. I want to be involved in photo shoots and video shoots. Like if you guys saw the City of Lights thing on Twitter, or the shoot from Twitter, that was us going at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning in Houston, Texas, and just doing a bunch of photo shoots with lights, and they were testing things out. And like I was able to, like, with that mentality, they invited me to host my very own event, like live in front of like 200 people. I was able to like, I was gonna leak something. That happened earlier today.
Any leakers in the chat?
No,
leakers?
I'm not leakers. I'm not leaking. But yeah, like, you know, being like a model, being like in a video shoot, vlogging, making content outside of just live streaming, like that's like the definition of what a content creator is, right? So I don't know, like I don't only just want to be known as a streamer. I want to be known as somebody that likes fashion, that supports social issues, that talks about it in stream, that makes people feel welcome, you know, all those things. But at the end of the day, I'm still trying to figure it out as a 25-year-old grown boy. So I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out.
A young man, a young king,
a
young lord, if you will. So you've been with the Houston Outlaws starting in
Since March, yeah.
6 months later. walk me through all of the different things you've done and how you have grown both the Outlaws and yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very proud of what me and the other content creators do. Shout out to all the most wanted content creators, because a lot of people on Twitter have been like, hey, like, this is the most that we've ever seen the Outlaws be engaging with their fans, and also just like the content level has been like top notch. And so like we're very, very, very proud of the work that we put in. And then at the same time, like people are saying like, hey, like this is the most, like you're like out of the Overwatch League, you guys are like you're tied with like the San Francisco Shock. So unfortunately, what we did, like I guess on the field, wasn't as impactful as we wanted to as an organization. But
What
the
does
content
on the field mean?
on the field, like just like the actual playing, like the standings, like we had a really strong beginning in the middle of the season, and then it was just like a little bit of a roller coaster in the end of it. And not being able to go to Hawaii this year really sucked, and being in the grand finals. Because these guys, I'm telling you, like when the Outlaws, like this season, they really wanted to win, and they have the roster to do it, and but aside from that, making content with Piggy, a Houston Outlaws player, doing different brand deliverables and like all the nerdy stuff that you learn in your marketing classes, like that all that stuff I was able to do, but actually like apply what I did like in school, but actually apply it. And there was a lot of benefits to going to school and continuing my education in marketing, and like the stuff that like a lot of times I troll like on stream. I'm like, oh, I need to do my homework. It's not trolling that I still need to do my homework, but I actually put in like good solid work into it.
Hold on, I don't know about that. Yesterday, he had to do work in a group project.
That was an outlier though.
That was an outlier.
Yeah, that's not normal.
The only work I've seen this man do is he watched a video for like 10 minutes, and he said, oh, which one do you think I should pick? I'm thinking it's one. It was a 4 multiple choice question. He's like, I'm gonna pick this one. I was like, yeah, I guess that sounds good. And that was it. That was the entirety of it.
No, then I have to write up a little like analysis around
How long was that analysis?
Don't worry about it. That's not what people are here for.
It's less than 5 sentences, I want to say.
What? To give me a little bit of credit, it was like 6.
Oh,
come on, give me some credit. Jeez.
I knew you were gonna say something like some minimal number.
Look at even Kyle said he became an Outlaws fan. Because of me.
No, you were doing some serious shit out there.
There was like a lot of like there's only out of all the Overwatch League franchises, there's 16 I believe, or 18, and only from that 18, let's just say 18. From that 18, there's only 12 of us. From and the Outlaws have 4, and they just signed 2 this past. Not the Outlaws, but another organization signed 2 more this past month. So like for literally the last 6 months, there was only like 9 or 10 of us as a content creator for the Overwatch League and for our respective franchises. So it was a really cool way to be different from other organizations, and really like whenever I message somebody or say what I do and for who, like now finally it's like a lot more credibility. And so I have a special place in my heart for people who are in the same following and or even a little bit higher that don't have an organization like that, because it's tough when you don't have credibility. You could be the best content creator ever or just the best employee at whatever industry you're in, but if you don't have the credibility or the network or like the resources, very, very, very difficult. So and I'm still kind of like in that, but also I know, should we like lower the camera down a little bit?
Oh,
too much headroom,
I guess. Yeah.
Hold up.
Oh yeah, that looks better.
There you go. A little better.
Well, let's take a question from the studio audience from career coach Kyle. LORDENZO, have you thought about collaborating with the other team's content creators or competing against them?
Man, you guys are trying to make me leech. Okay. We are definitely. So I had this idea that I'm not gonna get too much into it because I don't know if I'd get in trouble.
Leak.
And it's not even official yet. But definitely would like to do like some type of tournament and exhibition games with the other content creators, because I think it would be a fantastic opportunity. It really sucks because I feel like Overwatch content creators are very like recluse. Like they're very like they don't like to like collaborate with other people. And I'm the type of person, and it could be like my family like backing like and having two brothers. Like I always wanted, like if I could do it with somebody else and like a group of people, it's just so much better. It's just like video games. It's meant to be played with. Like my best memories is when I'm playing with my best friends from like middle school, elementary, high school, and ever. Like whenever like the reason why like I troll like in when I'm playing Overwatch is because if I'm serious in that game and I'm not having fun, like my community will see it, I will feel it, and I will just get genuinely burnt out. People ask me like, "Hey, how are you still playing Overwatch?" Like, I'm genuinely not burnt out, not even at the slightest. But that's because like I have to make it fun for me, because if I'm not asking someone to collab with me, like people just don't ask. Like people assume that nobody wants to collab, and I hate that mindset. Because like, especially in Overwatch, everyone thinks like, "Oh, we're just gonna play ranked for 50 hours in a stream." And do a subathon, but like,
and 40 of those hours are in queue.
Yeah, 40 hours of those in the queue. But like, as a viewer, I think to myself, I put myself in like a viewer's shoes, like, what monetary value, whether or even just value in general, whether that's money, time, like, why should I watch you? And there's still they still get a lot of viewers, but for me personally, I'm like, man, how do I be different, and how do I make like my viewers feel like a different type of value? So that's why I try to do different stuff on stream and bring. Have you come on, and I know you don't play Overwatch, and guys, he always like sacrifices.
I think our queues together are pretty solid.
Yeah, they're solid. Like it gives enough time to talk with chat, watch a video here, and then so we don't have to game, and because that also gets tiring. But yeah, I don't know. Like a lot of times you see if you go to the browse section on Twitch, and you scroll down, just say 1,000 of those channels that are there. I would say about 900 of them are like unranked to GM challenge, or like I'm playing ranked, or it's just like the game itself is very hard to make content already. So like that's why I want to collaborate with other Overwatch 2 content creators and other content creators in general. So yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, man, it really is hard to reach out and collab with people. I wouldn't be able to do that. And then I remember that we're on a fucking talk show where the entirety is collabing with people.
Yeah.
It's I feel like it's hard to collab with people and reach out, It's difficult, I think.
It is a lot harder. It's because like I feel like it's a lot harder because of the like personal battle we go through in our minds, like, oh, is this person actually effing with my content? Or are they like actually like, do they really like me? Like, is it, or the worst part is like, I'm sure there have been a collab where, like, your personalities don't vibe, so like, you have to do most of the talking, or like, you say a joke and they don't take it as a joke. Like, there's a lot of things, like, it's not, that's what people need to realize, especially with you. Like, I understand you already, but a lot of times what people need to realize is like, if somebody is offended by like how, like, for example, I've had somebody, maybe Kyle remembers this actually. I had somebody come to my stream like a month or two ago, maybe like the start of summer, and they're like, "Oh, this is too loud for me." It's like, okay, well, you don't have to type it. Just leave. Just get up and leave. Like I'm not gonna get offended. But like a lot of times, like there could be content creators out there that don't want to vibe with somebody that says, "Oh my gosh, it's crazy." And but there's a lot of people who like that. So it's just like you just gotta find your audience, you gotta find your group. Or I'm still in the middle of finding like a core group of content creators of like 4 or 5 people that we can just game every single week. Like that's how the rich stay rich, dude. It's like Valkyrie, like Courage, like all of them. They all just play together. Like and they don't. It's like a what is it? Old Boys Club or something like that.
Old Boys Club, yeah.
Old Man's Club, and yeah. So.
I mean, you could definitely see that. Just look at who the top content creators are queuing up with. If you look at Tim the Tap Man, he's easily queued up with Dr. Disrespect,
Oopsie, Courage, Time in, Time out. Those 4 will always be playing with each other. Nick Merckx, classic example. That's another guy that you can interchange with Doc.
Alec, really? You're gonna redeem Show Snopey? How do you expect me to do that?
Alec, why 5,000 you just wasted? Show me. Oh my. Like an older version of Abdu.
Well, you bozo. Prepare for the show. Oh yeah, I should have brought her across the goddamn country, Alec.
I did tell you to bring her.
No. Well, regardless,
Yeah.
collaborating with other streamers is key to success, and something that you
really
have
is.
done in one of the biggest moves that you made with the Outlaws is with the Battle for Texas. Walk me through the Battle for Texas and how you got to meet the rest of or another content creator in real life.
Yeah, so the Battle for Texas, if you guys don't know, the Houston Outlaws hosted a event in Houston. It was a live event. It was the first one in the entire league because the ones in China and the ones in like just North America in general were all getting canceled because of COVID. And so the Outlaws were the first. They didn't want to just do a watch party. They wanted to make it an experience. And I love that because as a sports management background, because that's what I graduated in, that's all sports is about. It's not even necessarily the game you're watching, it's the experience. And that was something that I really vibed with the Outlaws and their philosophy and their management and leadership style, is that how do they make fans have an experience? So the Battle for Texas was an event that was not even necessarily co-hosted, because we really just blew them out of the water. But like Dallas Fuel had their own thing. So we had this event with the Dallas Fuel, the Lone Star Vanguard, and University of St. Thomas, and another University of Dallas at Northwood or something like that. And basically it was just like a tailgate party with exhibition matches between two college teams and two supporter groups, and they clashed it out. That was like day one. Day two was the live event. That I was part of the analyst desk for the very first time. Never been part of an analyst desk. And then hosting the following day at a place called Urban Beat, which is basically like this like trendy like healthy food area that the Outlaws do a lot of their like catering and stuff. And so yeah, we did an event there. I was able to host it. They did like a meet and greet. They did photo shoot. I was able to do a photo shoot. I was able to do some of the hosting with Elusive Firefly. She was there. I met her in real life for the first time. And yeah, and getting like signing my first like jerseys, and like I really was like, oh, you really want me to ruin your jersey? Like I didn't like want to ruin it, and like signing people's jerseys, their posters and things like that. I gave away one of my like sleeves. And this kid, Josh.
How'd you get those sleeves in the first place?
Don't worry about it. That's not what we're here for. By the way, you can hopefully the Outlaws are not watching, because I definitely did not yoink one.
Yeah, no thievery here as a content creator. Certainly wouldn't want to do that, because then if you end up as a thief, you might become a prisoner, and that doesn't fall in line with the no prisoners collection. Obviously not. Obviously not.
Can't say it's good.
Well, good thing you're sitting down. Got him!
Guys, let me tell you something. Los literally has a response for anything you say. Like, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, and I just laugh, right? This guy, I will say something, you definitely were the type of kid, like, you have to have the last word. 100%. 100%. Anyway. I'm sorry. I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, tell me about meeting fans.
Yeah, so like it was really a surreal but also like very humbling experience, because a lot of time like I met somebody that was like literally a part of like my community. Like she came up super shy and she was like, hey Enzo, my name is, and then like I was like, oh my god, like, and then yeah, we can take a picture. Like she asked me to take a picture. It was just crazy, like having that, and like I would love to be like more of that role model for other people and all that stuff. So it's definitely fun. I don't even want to look at it. Or is that Isuke?
Well, you're a madman apparently, or am I the madman? I don't know. Well, I would say both. Both would be madmen.
True. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I'm just trying to picture meeting a fan because most fans, like, I know them. They're my
Right.
family members.
No, I mean, like, I don't like, a lot of times you hear content creators being like, oh, I don't like to call them fans. But a lot of these people, that like, they're part of my community, and like, the fact that we're all just able to hang out and, like, just, I don't know, just, like, that's why I like to do, I like to engage with them as much as I can. Like, I have members of my Discord or just members of my community, like, in general, like, they just message me as if they're like we've been friends, and like I have my DMs open for that reason of like, hey, like I'm never gonna be like at a point where I'm too big where I'm not gonna respond to you. Obviously, like if I was like 10 to 10 man's level and I'm getting thousands and thousands of DMs every day, and like most of them are hate, probably not. But
With majority of just saying fat.
yeah. No, but even for me, what I really want to stay true is like even if I got to that level, I still want to respond to everybody as much as I can. I mean, if you remember, like when I won the Outlaws competition, like there were so many people saying congratulations, so many people texting me, calling me, and I responded to every single tweet, every single person. And like that was super important to me. Like even before I celebrated, you can even ask my family. Before I celebrated with my family, I was responding to like people, like fans of the Outlaws, fans of me, and like I just kept responding to everybody. And that was like very, very important to me. Like, it's still important to me today. So that's something that I think like makes me different from other small creators, but also even like big creators as well.
Yeah, I've been abiding by the idea of always respond to comments, but I've been on TikTok is where I found most of my success, and sometimes it's just stupid fucking comments I don't want to respond to. Like,
No, that's definitely different. I mean, I think TikTok is a little different because there's not a lot of like genuine like back and forth conversation. Twitch is a little different. Like streaming is a little different. Like, you know, we're all just hanging out there. Like they're responding to something live versus something that's already pre-made. Like,
Yeah.
do you have people that come frequently, like the same people who are commenting on TikTok? Because I'm not big on TikTok. So.
there's gimmick accounts that show up on mine. Like, there's this one fucking bozo on TikTok who just comments on any Valorant-based post saying anyone Valorant, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. You've been to literally 10 of my posts saying the same thing. Fuck off.
Oh my god.
I want to go back to the analyst desk.
Yeah.
What was it like being on a broadcast talent? You're
nervous.
a talented broadcaster, but now you're a broadcast talent.
Yeah, thank
Two
you.
big different
No, it definitely
positions.
is. I think like what I'm trying to do with my brand is really just try to taste as much like I can, because I could see a world where like if the Overwatch League called me and like, hey, like you're a big streamer, we'd love to have you on the analyst desk for our grand finals. Yeah, I would love to do that. And so I don't want to like shut myself out or anything and like prevent myself from getting opportunities that are amazing. Because like if I'm a shy person, guys, I'm shy. Okay, like a lot of people are like, you're not shy. Like you can ask like ask some of like the people in my school. They'd be like, yo, like we actually like what you are on stream is like a lot different. Like obviously if I'm communicating with like fans and stuff, like I talk, but like I won't go out of my way and be like, meh, 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 like in real life. Obviously, it's like in the right setting. But being in the analyst desk, it was just something that I could add into my repertoire, and like it got put on the front page of Twitch. And you know, being a part of something like that, it was just crazy. Crazy. Like, at first, like in the beginning, like, I can go back and watch. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so cringe because like I was just so nervous and like I just didn't speak because I was just letting people who have done it. But like, if you don't speak up and you just let people just like walk, like there would have been a time like if I didn't speak, they would not have told me to speak. Like they were just like, hey, like whenever you feel ready. But I was like, you know what? There's only like X amount of hours in a day. Put myself in there, and yeah, it was just a lot better at the end when I actually wanted to speak. And out of everybody like there, like shout out to my boy Visiton, but like nobody there played at the level that I played, so I was able to provide like entertainment and also like high level analysis, something that you know I've built. But I know there's so many like opposites. It's funny because like a lot of people are like, oh, you're shy and you're trash at Overwatch, but in reality I'm like literally the opposite when I want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, Well, the difference between being shy in person and being bombastic on stream is the fact that there's nothing to lose on stream by
I'm in
just
my
showing
own
them
safe
off.
zone. I'm in like my own room. Obviously, like my neighbor wrote down a note saying I was too loud. But
Well, if they were fine with what we put them through last night, oh my god. That was, if you guys saw Enzo's stream last night, it was him playing, and I was right behind him just screaming commentary into the mic. So it is pretty nutty.
yeah, no. At this point, I'm like, you know what? Like when I got the note, and I was like, you know what? I had to return. Like I had another stream when I got the note, and I was like, and people are asking like, so like, why are you whispering? And I told them the situation, and after the stream ended, I'm like, I'm not gonna have a whole year of me being able to be me and prevent myself from like giving what I'm wasting my community's time if I'm not gonna be myself. So like if I
And
have
mine
to,
too.
yeah, yeah. If I have to tone
I'm in the
down,
community.
if I have to tone down, it's just like I can't do that for a whole year and expect to grow at what I want to be. So I said, you know what, F it. Keep doing it. What are you gonna do? Call the police on me? I like to see them try.
Sorry, man.
Bring him in.
We'd like to arrest him, but this stream is fucking lit.
Anyway, yeah.
Would you ever consider doing more work on an analyst, like an analyst desk,
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
commentating,
Absolutely.
just on even on like a more local level to just Outlaws events?
No, definitely. I would love to. I even told the Outlaws like I would love to do stuff like that involves like being a creative director. Like I love to like set stuff up, design things, and put things that come in my mind onto paper, and then actually executing it while I'm on camera. Like but yeah, I would love to do more hosts. I would love to be a caster. Like one of these days, I would love to like host like the esports award. Like I would love to do something like that. Like similar to like what Kevin, like every year they ask like Kevin Hart or like a new person that hosts like the Grammys, like Ellen that hosts the Grammys or some of the Oscars, things like that. I'd love to do that. Like one day, like when esports gets to that level, I can see a world where like, you know, Tim the Tatman, Doc hosts it. But I'd love to be at that level where, you know, they ask me.
What was it like hosting? You know, you were on the mic in front of a bunch of people, and you never have done that before.
Yeah.
You know, you were talking about it's being nervous, meeting people, like, I guess, one-on-one.
Yeah.
But you were essentially broadcasting just in person. Did it feel different from being in your room, or were you able to bring out the
100%.
same energy?
I think I was able to still bring out the same energy. I really wanted to, we were trying to set it up where I was able to bring my horn, like that I have on stream, but in person. Unfortunately, we didn't have the right cable for it, so we couldn't get it. But yeah, I was just like, at first, it was like I remember like I brought out the mic and then it just like made like that screech sound of like when you're trying to like talk too close to the mic.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that I was like, and then did my thing. I'm a huge believer of it. If you like as cliche as it sounds, like if you just take a deep breath, like magic can happen. So I don't know. At least for me, like every single time I'm like, okay, they're like, all right, Lorenzo, you're up. Go ready. And like there was one time like, all right, we need to stall because Overwatch League they ended their matches early. You need to go on in like 30 seconds. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And so like even if you just like just say you do it and in reality you feel like you can't, like just saying it you can just forces yourself to get in there. So.
Something I've forced myself to say over and over again before I did my first ever LAN was, I've got no choice but to do great, because like I can't fuck something up. I can't look like a bozo in front of just like a good amount of people in front of an important opportunity.
Right.
So your body kind of just forces you
to
do it.
Definitely. I think like the moment you realize like, man, like there's so many people that want this opportunity, and like you need to. The moment you realize like of being like having gratitude and being like blessed, like realizing that, like that's when you're like, okay, like I'm lucky to be here, and like so many people would love to have this. So yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, for the folks at home, if you're ever
wish I could read
presented
that, 'cause I
an
can't.
opportunity, you know,
You only get one shot. Do not miss this chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, so you better lose yourself in the music, the moment.
I can't.
You won't it.
I can't.
You better never let it go, because you only get one shot. I came up with that.
I know you did.
That was me. I thought of this right now.
The fact that you still remember it is crazy to me.
I listened to it recently.
Wow.
That's you know what, guys? I lied. I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong or when I'm being a poser. That was by Eminem. Marshall Mathers, rapper, former rapper. He's not that good anymore, but you know, you gotta respect your history. Anyways, so LORDENZO Rodriguez, you have had such a long journey to get up to this point. From starting out your stream, figuring out who you are, going to the Outlaws Most Wanted content creation, becoming a content creator, going to live events, doing the analyst desk, to moving out to LA, Los Angeles West, Hollywood, and...
Oh yeah, just let everybody know where I live.
It's a fucking big city, okay? Guys, don't stalk our guests. We don't want that. You have done so much in such a, I would say, a short amount of time.
Thank you.
What are your goals going forward?
Definitely, I would love to create another merch drop over these next couple months. My goal, right now I'm like in the process of figuring out if I want to stream on YouTube or Twitch. And then also, you know, figuring out what my other social medias look like. How do I tie it all into live stream? And then just like take it, like I had 1 year and I did so many amazing things, but year 2 is gonna come a lot harder. And I just need that one moment, to lose yourself. Yeah. So
Well, don't get lost in the sauce.
Raw sauce, baby. Raw sauce.
Well, man, I'm looking forward to your continued growth as a content creator, man.
Likewise.
Thank you so much for coming on, getting the three-peat, the hat trick, 3rd time's the charm, coming on to Late Night with Los. Now, I'm not saying that it's the Late Night with Los leverage, but every time you've come onto the show, something good has happened. The first time that you got onto the Outlaws Most Wanted Content Creator Champion. The second time you continued to create some dope content and moved to LA and then got stuff stolen. But the third time, what can the Late Night with Los leverage give to you? I don't know. I'm not saying it's all me.
More of my stuff doesn't get stolen.
It's all me.
I hope it's better analytics across the board. So
better analytics across the board. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the 3rd time. We will be jumping over to Lorenzo's stream after we close this one out, folks, because you know
we need to reset.
Do you have Halo downloaded?
No, I don't. But the thing is, I don't think Halo is actually like live right now.
It's not live yet.
I don't think so. Unless somebody can tell me otherwise, I don't think so. Plus, we haven't even eaten anything.
We haven't eaten. We actually have to eat after this. We have to finish making the table. We don't have a table.
I actually don't even think I can stream.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks
saying by Twitter, we'll keep y'all posted.
We'll keep you updated on Twitter, but thank you so much for closing out Season 2 of Late Night with Los. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for LORDENZO Rodriguez. I gotta hit the applause. Woo! Woo! Oh. And I want to not only thank you, Enzo, but to everyone who's stopped by for the show, because this has been a idea long in the making. You know, if anyone has watched my stream, they know I always talk about that one moment when I went to Universal Studios and saw Race Through New York with Jimmy Fallon, and I thought, I could fucking host a talk show. I could do that. And then 2 years later, I finally did it. I finally came out and created the show, being able to bring some of my known content creators and turn them into friends, or friend to even greater friend. And I'm just happy to have everyone join me on this journey. It's fucking dope. Thank you, dude.
Thanks for having me. I had a blast. I mean, I've never been on a talk show in person, so this is something that was actually new. Like I was like, man, I don't know what to do. Like in the beginning of it, like because like you're right there, and like you know, instead of looking at like the green screened Jimmy Fallon
version of me, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're
thanks for having me,
IRL. We're IRL, ladies and gentlemen. And I guess as we continue with this season, I do have to say that I Can Go Pro is going to be no more. Interestingly enough, no more. I have been getting a lot of different casting opportunities, and I'm looking to kind of change up where I'm going. And I Can Go Pro, it's a gamer name. It's not a real content creator name. It's not a host name. So I've always been Los. Anytime someone comes into the chat, they call me Los. So we're switching it up, gang. I'm no longer gonna be I Can Go Pro. I'm now switching over to just straight up fucking Los. It's the end of an era. It's the end of the era, folks. And it's a little bit weird. I feel weird. You know, once this stream ends, all my socials are gonna be at Handsome Host Los, which is an homage to my buddy Hal, who was a friend of the show actually, who would always call me that on my first ever gaming show. So, fuck. This is an interesting moment. We're both going through some changes. You changed a lot more than me. I'm just changing my fucking Twitter handles, you know? But anyways, thank you so much for joining me on this journey as I Can Go Pro, turning into Los. Ladies and gentlemen, we may see you later on tonight's stream with LORDENZO, but we're gonna have to eat some fucking dinner before we figure that one. So we're gonna send this one off to whoever the hell is streaming right now. Oh no, the mic's falling. It's okay.
Oh my, you're gonna break my... He's gonna break more of my stuff.
I haven't broken anything of yours. Who the hell is online right now?